If you've lost weight, but your skin didn't bounce back the way that you hoped, this one's for you. I'm gonna walk through 10 proven methods to help tighten loose skin naturally. Most of them are free, all of them are backed by science, and they're designed to specifically help people that are over the age of 40 who are ready to rebuild their skin from the inside out. So we'll start with familiar methods, then we're gonna move into the ones that few people have ever heard of, including one that was used by NASA. And it's been shown to double collagen production without pills or procedures. So it's not fluff. It's the kind of research that's just been buried in clinical studies, and it's never really been brought together and broken down really clearly in one place until now. So if you've lost weight, your skin still feels loose, or you just want to improve the complexion of your skin, which I would say is most of us, the first thing that I want you to focus on, and of these 10, is building muscle. Because when you lose fat, skin isn't always just going to snap back on its own. Especially if you drop the weight fast, or if you're over 40, or if you've been watching this channel, implementing what I've been teaching with a lot of videos, many people have lost the weight. You want your skin to look better. So that's where muscle comes in. It fills out the space underneath the skin. It gives your body shape again. And it tells your skin, hey, it's time to rebuild. And now here's what might surprise you about it is that building muscle doesn't just make you stronger. It actually makes your skin stronger. There was a study, I was excited to share this one with you. It was done on women that were age 41 to 59. None of them are exercising before the study started. They just added basic weight training 2 days a week. They used simple machines, leg press, chest press, shoulder press, nothing extreme. After 16 weeks, they weren't just stronger. Their skin had physically thickened. That's something that didn't happen to the women that in the study that they had that only did cardio. It's the ones that started to add in a little bit of weight. And that's important because after weight loss, your skin is actually weaker. For example, if you lost 100 pounds, your skin could now almost be half as strong as it was before the weight loss. When you're losing weight, you're also losing skin elasticity, skin strength. And you don't need to be in the gym 5 days a week to do this. Now, I usually teach people you can get an hour's worth of workout in 6 days a week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But that same study showed real results with just 2 workouts a week. 2! And the women in the study weren't even athletes. They were in midlife, they were sedentary, and they're just started with exercise. So if you're thinking it's too late for you, it's not. It still works. So here's how to build muscle the right way, specifically for tightening loose skin. Train 2 to 3 times a week. As I said, I teach people to do 10-minute workouts 6 days a week, but you could throw in weights a couple times a week. Focus on compounding movements that train multiple muscles at once. I like to do back to back to back, like 3 different muscle groups in a short amount of time. These give you the most skin tightening benefits. And some great choices include squats, tightens the thighs and the glutes, which a lot of us can use skin tightening in those areas. Deadlifts, be very careful of this one. If you're over 50, don't use too much weight or very minimal weight and keep really good posture and form, but it does firm up your back and your hips. You can do push-ups, you can do chest press, targeting the arms and the chest. You could do rows. Doesn't have to be a lot of weight, but using rows helps posture, smooths the skin in your back. Overhead presses, that's going to tighten shoulders, upper arms, kind of that neck area and clavicle area that we like tightened and make the skin look good. Do 2 to 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps per exercise, or my favorite is just 50-second bursts. We're kind of just doing as many as you can. Use enough resistance that the last few reps feels real challenge. And if you're using dumbbells or you're using a machine, you have access to one, adjust the weight so it feels tough but safe. You always want to err on the side of safety, especially if you're older and just getting started. And then rest in between those sets. Now I do supersets, right? That's what we teach in our 10-minute workouts where you're doing 3 exercises in a row and then you take that 40 to 60-second break. Helps keep your energy up, a little bit of recovery so you're not dragging through your workouts. And then progress gradually. If you're not used to lifting weights or adding weights, start with just your body weight. Begin with basic body movements, chair-assisted squats, chair-assisted dips, wall sits, push-ups from a countertop, from a wall, glute bridges, and then just increase your reps over time until you feel comfortable, and then move into adding a little bit of weight, a dumbbell, or you could add in a machine if you wanted to. This is why in our 10-minute workouts, we have a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. I'll put an example of one of those down below. Once you've upgraded the weights, just keep making small increases as you get stronger. Now, once you start building strength, the next step is letting your body repair the damage that was left behind. And one of the best ways to do that is through fasting, because fasting doesn't just burn fat, it helps your skin rebuild through one of my favorite things to talk about, the process of autophagy. Autophagy is your body's built-in cleanup system. It is your recycling system. It breaks down old, damaged cells so that you can repair with stronger, healthier ones. But here's what most people don't realize. Autophagy doesn't just clear out the junk, it also helps your body rebuild thicker, stronger, more elastic skin. In one animal study, when autophagy was turned on, when it was activated, we'll talk about how to activate this in a moment, the skin didn't just get tighter, it actually got physically thicker. The outer layer grew by an upwards and in some cases over 30% thicker. And then the deeper layer, the one that gives your skin structure, more than doubled in thickness. And that's not all. Collagen levels in the skin also increased by 65%. The number of skin stem cells multiplied, and blood flow in the skin was improved by 45%. So if you've been wondering whether fasting really helps with loose skin, yes, it does. So let's talk about how to actually make it work and activate autophagy. I recommend if you're starting out, just start with a simple intermittent fast, an 18-6 time window. You're just doing time-restricted eating. You're picking 6 hours during the day that you're going to have your meals. You can do a breakfast, lunch, and be done until the next breakfast. That's called night fasting. Or you can wait to eat until lunch and then have dinner and then wait and don't eat until the next day for lunch. That's more intermittent fasting. Either one works great, but you're condensing your insulin spikes to a 6-hour window. And then it keeps your body in this lighter repair mode each and every day. If that's too difficult, then just start with a shorter fasting window, and maybe you're eating during an 8 to 10 hour window, and then work your way up. And maybe once a week you throw in a 24-hour fast from lunch to lunch or dinner to dinner. You're abstaining from food and just focusing on liquids. It gives your body the extra time to clear out the damaged tissues. It's digesting the food first. Then once it gets everything digested, it's like, where are we going to put all this extra energy? Let's clean house. And it starts repairing. And then I challenge all of my followers, all the people that are part of our lifestyle, once a month. Let's aim for a 1 to 3 day fast. 36 hours is a good target. And this is where you get deeper skin level autophagy to kick in. Studies show that collagen building, stem cell activity, and tissue repair amp up after the 24 to 36 hour mark. So you hit that mark, you are in peak recycling and cleanup mode, which your skin loves. The longer fasts don't have to be weekly, but once a month, it's a good challenge. Now you can cycle through them and you can challenge your body and change it up a little bit each week. That's called rotational fasting. I have videos in the channel all about that. But if you want to repair your skin from the inside out, especially if you've lost a significant amount of weight or you're just focusing on skin and hair quality, this is one of the most powerful tools that you can pick up and use. Now, fasting helps your body clear out the old damaged tissue, but clearing it out is only half the equation. If you want your skin to come back stronger, thicker, more elastic than before, then your body's going to need something to rebuild with. And that's where collagen comes in. Hydrolyzed collagen, also called collagen peptides, is a form of collagen that's been broken down, unwound. Collagen is like braided hair. And in its braided hair, when you hydrolyze it, you unbraid the hair. So then the strands and the pieces can be better absorbed, and your body can more easily use it when needed. Now, when you're taking collagen, big mistake I see a lot of people make, it's especially important to take it with vitamin C. You're giving your body the raw materials that it needs to lay down new, stable collagen fibers. So you're giving it raw material, vitamin C, that's what it's going to use to create collagen in your body. The science backs this up. In one human study, people who took collagen daily saw a 44% improvement in collagen structure, a 22% increase in elasticity, and nearly 20% reduction in the wrinkle size. Here's the key. You have to take it daily because in that same study, people who only took it every other day saw less than a quarter of the benefit. So if you want your skin to bounce back, consistency matters. Also, your body can't actually use the collagen unless the vitamin C is present. Okay. Vitamin C is what flips on the switch that activates collagen synthesis. So use it at higher doses if you're focusing on your skin and if you're really trying to build collagen back up. That means you want to get at least 500 milligrams of vitamin C a day. If you're in this scenario, you can get a lot of this from food, strawberries, acerola cherries, oranges. great sources of vitamin C, or use supplements like a high dose vitamin C. If you're not doing that, you're leaving results on the table. And just in case you're wondering if it's too late for this to work, most of the people in the study I was just talking about were between the ages of 40 and 60, and they still saw significant improvements on their skin. So it's not too late. Now, let's talk about how to take the collagen the right way. Step one, take 10 to 15 grams per day. You want to look for a high quality collagen, should be labeled hydrolyzed or collagen peptides. These are more activated versions of it. Okay. Again, that means it's broken down. It's better for absorption. And for the best results, make sure you're choosing a grass-fed source or a marine source that's clean, that's, from wild caught, because we want to make sure we're not taking on toxicity while we're getting in this good source of protein. So I created my own in order to do that. I'll put a link down below for it so you can see what I use on a daily basis as far as grass-fed. And then I make sure it's third-party tested so we just know it has the components. There's not toxicity coming with it. Most people just mix it in water. You can see the residue of my chocolate collagen that I just had this morning, and I just mixed it into water there. I put a little cacao in there. I got a great cacao video on the antioxidant benefits of those, and just mix it in. You can put it into your coffee as well, or you can blend it right into a smoothie. Step two is pair it with the vitamin C. Now, in the collagen I make, I add vitamin C to it. I try to get extra vitamin C into the body on a daily basis if I'm focusing on my skin. Again, you want at least 500 milligrams. You can go all the way up to 1500 milligrams. You can get it from citrus fruit, bell peppers, or you can just use a clean high dose vitamin C supplement with a clean form of ascorbic acid. Step three, take it on an empty stomach or during your fast. You can still be using collagen because it's not spiking insulin levels. It won't throw you out of autophagy, and you'll get better absorption, especially when your insulin is low. So that means first thing in the morning is really good, in between meals is really good, or at the end of your fasting window, maybe as a little treat at night. Now, avoid taking it with higher carbohydrate meals. The sugar in the carbohydrates can actually interfere with how collagen is processed. Step four, stick with it for at least 8 to 12 weeks. That's the time frame when most clinical studies started seeing visible improvements. So if you're consistent, collagen works. It just takes a little bit of time. Let's go to number 4 for helping out the skin. Next, once you've added collagen into your routine, you need to stop eating the foods that are breaking it down, as we just talked about. Some of the most common foods in your day, even ones that look healthy, are actively destroying your body's collagen. This is why I teach people to cut the crap. It's an acronym for the 4 main types of foods that damage your skin and overall health, for that matter. I talk about this a lot. If you've heard it before, feel free to skip forward to the next method. But for everyone else, here's what crap stands for. C is for carbs and sugars, especially highly processed refined sugars, processed carbohydrates, sodas, candies, pastries, white bread. When you eat these, your blood sugar spikes, and that triggers a process called glycation. And that's when sugar molecules stick to the proteins in your skin, like collagen and elastin, making them stiff and brittle and prone to breakdown. Have you ever felt more stiff when you eat more carbohydrates and sugars? Well, one study showed that people with higher sugar showed a lot more damage in their skin, 50% less hydration, nearly 60% more water loss through the skin barrier. Not what you want to see when your skin is already trying to tighten up and heal. That's not the kind of damage we want to be creating. R is the next in an acronym of crap. It's for rancid oils. These are the seed oils: canola, soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, grapeseed, or anything else labeled vegetable oil. These oils are highly processed, they're unstable, they oxidize easily, and they create inflammation once they're inside the body. Now, here's what most people don't realize. Those oils don't just pass through you, they actually get built into your cells, including your skin, and they can stay in there for up to 680 days. That's almost 2 years of inflammation, slowing down fat burning and collagen repair, all while making your skin weaker and more prone to being saggy. Next, the A in crap is for artificial ingredients. These are things like sucralose, aspartame, food dyes, preservatives, artificial flavors, gums, thickeners. They overwhelm your liver, and then they confuse your hormones. And they also trigger chronic inflammation, the kind that helps your body in defense mode, which means that slower skin healing and less collagen production. Finally, the P of the crap analogy is processed proteins, processed foods in general, but specifically proteins. It includes things like sausage, deli meats, protein bars, a lot of hidden junk ingredients, and cheap protein powders, including collagen if it's cheap and it's not quality. If they're high in protein, they're often loaded with AGEs. These are advanced glycation end products. AGEs, they age your skin. They're embedded in your skin tissue and they make it feel stiffer. They make it feel thinner, even yellowed or even leathery over time. They also block your skin's ability to regenerate healthy new tissue. So as long as these foods are in your diet, your skin will struggle to repair itself. Now, speaking of protein, number 5, one of the most common and overlooked reasons why skin feels loose and flabby after weight loss is because you're simply not getting enough of it. In studies of people recovering from major fat loss, researchers found that up to 1 in 5 people had a protein deficiency. Even though they were technically eating well, but getting enough protein isn't just about hitting your total grams. Your skin relies on specific amino acids to rebuild collagen and elastin. Glycine, proline, lysine, all of these are found in animal proteins, and they're especially concentrated in collagen-rich foods like bone broth, the collagen peptides, cuts of meat with connective tissue involved. That's where the real skin building happens, but it only works if you're getting enough to begin with. So, step 1 is making sure you're actually eating enough total protein. The sweet spot to crank up your protein is around 100 to 140 grams per day. For most adults, if you're trying to rebuild skin and you're trying to rebuild that muscle and that shape, that's your target. Comes out to be about 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, or 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, which is actually what researchers recommend for people recovering from large weight loss. Step 2, spread your protein across the day. The body can't use and fully absorb 80 grams of protein in one meal. But if you're aiming, taking care of your skin, building some muscle, to have 30 to 40 grams at each meal, now you're spreading out that intake throughout the day. Step 3, prioritize skin building protein sources. That includes collagen peptides, like we already talked about, bone broth, you could have a cup of that a day, fatty fish with the skin on or a fish oil supplement, cuts of meat with tendons, cartilage, or bone in them, pasture raised eggs. These give your body the materials it needs to rebuild from the inside out. Clean protein. Now, section 6, hydration. In addition to protein, something else that you probably need more of is water. One clinical study showed that when women started drinking an extra 2 liters of water every day for just 4 weeks, their skin hydration increased by up to 40%. Feel a little dried out right now, start drinking. Not just on the surface, deep in the skin where elasticity and structure come from. And their skin didn't just feel better, it functioned better. Elasticity in this study improved by over 40% in some areas, meaning the skin could stretch and snap back more effectively. That's what you want if your skin is sagging or if it's slow to tighten, especially after weight loss, or if you just want to help your complexion. So here's how to hydrate the right way. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. If you weigh 150 pounds, you would drink half, 75 ounces of water a day. Start your morning, the nice tall glass. I drink about 1 liter in the morning before anything else, where I start sipping it as I'm on my way to my workout. And if you're fasting or exercising or losing fat, you should probably be drinking even more than that to be flushing out the body. You want to sip it steadily throughout the day. Don't chug it all at once. If you're going to water your yard, you turn on the sprinkler, right? You don't just dump a bucket on it. You gently sprinkle it. So you want to be a sprinkler, right? Not a flutter. Step 2, add in a little bit of salt. I like a cave salt, something that was mined from Utah or Himalayan. Trace minerals are going to get in there. 1 to 2 glasses of that, where you're adding just get a little pinch of salt in there. It helps your body actually absorb the water instead of flushing it all out. And especially if you're eating clean and you're avoiding processed foods, or you're drinking a form of like RO or purified water, you're going to need more of those minerals. So add a bit of those back in, because a lot of those water processing units, filtration units, pull those minerals out. Step 3 is eat more water-rich foods. They help you hydrate from the inside out, help your skin from the inside out. Great choices. You know me, I love cucumbers. I got a great video on that. Celery, berries, leafy greens. Bone broth is another excellent option. It hydrates, it supports digestion, and as we discussed, it also provides those collagen building amino acids. Water is one of the simplest tools you have, and it makes every other part of your skin repair better. It makes the whole plan work better, so don't overlook it. Section 7, avoid alcohol. Speaking of hydration, there's one thing that can dehydrate you almost immediately: alcohol. One study showed that even moderate drinking caused a 20% drop in skin hydration within 24 hours. That's a major issue when your skin is already trying to tighten up after weight loss. But the damage doesn't just stop at dehydration. Alcohol also blocks collagen production. In lab studies, it reduced collagen output by up to 80% in a single day. Add to that the fact that alcohol ties up your liver, which you need for detox, hormone balance, collagen processing, and it's easy to see how even light drinking can sabotage your skin's recovery. Section 8, alcohol blocks this as well. One of the other most important part of your body's repair mode and skin repair tools, which is your sleep. Even a single drink at night can spike cortisol, the stress hormone, that brings down collagen and then disrupts your ability to reach deep restorative sleep. And if you're not sleeping well at night, you're cutting off your skin's ability to repair. It's because sleep is when your body does the most rebuilding. Your nervous system speeds up at night, your healing system. One study found that just one more night of sleep can drop skin hydration by up to 10%, reduce skin elasticity by 6 to 8%. And it's not just about how your skin looks, it's also about how well it actually heals. Because in another study, people who slept 2 hours a night took 20% longer to heal a small skin wound. Their body simply wasn't sending the right signals to repair. Here's what makes this worse. Your body produces growth hormone while you sleep. That's the hormone that helps build collagen and elastic skin, but it peaks between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So if you're up too late, even if you still get 8 hours, you're probably missing a critical window when collagen repair signal is the strongest. So here's how to fix it. Step 1, aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Try to get that very consistently. Make sure you go to bed and wake up at the same time. That rhythm helps regulate all the skin repair hormones. Step 2 is try to go to bed before 10:30 if you can. It gives your body access to that 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. window when growth hormone peaks and collagen repair is most effective and most active. Step 3, keep your room cool, keep it dark, keep it screen free. Use blackout curtains, turn off electronics at least an hour before bed, and then avoid overhead lights or little lights shining in after sunset. Bright light blocks melatonin, and melatonin helps regulate sleep cycles, and that protects your skin from the oxidative damage that was created during the day. Step 4, don't eat or drink alcohol right before bed. Try to leave a couple-hour window so that your body isn't working on processing alcohol or processing food. It's just healing you and your skin. So like we discussed, late night meals, alcohol, they can both reduce sleep cycle. They can spike that cortisol. That's going to ruin sleep. Now, for a less conventional approach, this has a surprise amount of science behind it. Number 9 is red light therapy. NASA actually used red light to help astronauts heal while in space. And it turns out it also helps your skin rebuild collagen thicker, faster, and stronger. Now, unlike creams that just sort of sit on the surface, red light gets absorbed deep into your skin and it tells your cells to start rebuilding. And it works fast. In one study, just 10 minutes of red and near infrared light per day led to more collagen, more elastin, and more hyaluronic acids. That's the trio that your skin needs to become thicker, firmer, and more elastic, especially after weight loss. Another clinical study found that after 12 weeks of red light therapy, wrinkle depth decreased by 26%, skin elasticity improved by 19%. It's a big return for a small daily habit. So here's how it works. Red and near infrared light penetrates the skin and charges the mitochondria. These are the little power plants inside of your skin cells. That light energy boosts your ATP. That's your body's natural energy source. It's the currency of energy in your body. It turns on collagen building genes and improves blood flow to that area. That means more energy, more oxygen, and faster repair. But there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do this. So step 1 is use a device that emits red and near infrared light if you can get one. And you want to look for devices that fall between a 630 and 850 nanometer range. It's the range that's been shown to actually work in human studies. Not every light panel can hit this range or does hit this range. So you just want to check the specs. You're getting something quality if you buy it. Step 2 is just to start 5 to 10 minutes per area. That's all it takes. If you go longer than 15 on the same spot, you can actually start to decrease and slow down collagen production. So more is not always better. So you don't have to overdo it. Just keep the sessions short. Step 3, use it 5 to 7 days a week if you can get that fit into your routine. Red light therapy works best when it's part of a regular routine. Just like strength training, just like hydration, just like fasting, the benefits build up over time, but only if you stay consistent with it. Step 4, just use it on clean, dry skin. So I like to do it post-workout. Okay, so there's no lotion, there's no sunscreen, no clothing over that area. All of those things block the light. And then make sure that the device is close. If you can get it 6 to 12 inches away, depending on product instructions, you're usually getting more benefit. So it needs to be pretty close. Number 5 is stack it with other methods that you're already using. Collagen peptides. Give your body the material it needs. Fasting and your sleep trigger that repair. Red light gives your skin cells the energy to act on those cells, on those signals. And together, they multiply those results. So collagen peptides give your body the materials. Fasting and sleep trigger the repair. Red light gives your skin cells the energy to act on those signals. And then together, you're multiplying those results. So you've got a plan. If you're serious about giving your skin the best chance to bounce back or to improve, then you'll want to remove the rancid oils from your system that we talked about earlier, okay? That crap analogy. If you recall, those rancid oils can stay in your body for up to 680 days, fueling inflammation that blocks collagen repair and fat burning. So in the next video up, I want to show you a 2-step science-backed process that's been proven to flush out stored rancid seed oils fast. In one study, it lowered toxic fat levels by 24% in as little as 13 days. So if you do have rough skin and leathery skin and it's been beat up over the years, this is a way to start unlocking, unleashing those toxic built up bad fats so we can start repairing with good ones. Click here to watch it now. I'll show you how to do that, walk you through it in this next video. I'll see you there.